It's time for Conversation Corner. Hit it.
Conversation Corner is the place to go. Information, entertainment from the folks you know. The old coyote is howling. Let's get on with the show.
Welcome to Conversation Corner, brought to us by Lewis Hills Roadhouse, Airport Road in Weatherford. Chief Flowers, what are you doing in here?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Man, we just saw you, I feel like.
Yeah, you did. So, but you know, it's this is my other hat. I'm not wearing a uniform today.
That's right, no uniform.
It's my other hat.
That means we can do whatever we want, Vanessa. No rules apply.
I'm here to support this great cause.
All right, we've got a couple of gals in here for Action Associates. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
My name is Tony Lasano. I'm Haley Andrews.
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
You sure you don't want my 2-day-old donuts?
No, we're good.
I was trying to give everybody breakfast when they came in, and Flowers, you're always on a diet.
Yeah, it's like nasty carbs.
You're like, man, that looks too good to taste. If it's good food, I don't want it.
Dr. Pepper and donuts for
That's
John.
right.
I'm telling you.
What
Oh,
else?
boy.
What else do you need to start your morning?
Well, you know, so he's probably excited about this fundraiser we're going to be doing December the 6th, isn't he?
Breakfast,
Because
huh?
breakfast, biscuits and gravy for John.
I think my stomach still hurts from last time.
I was worried about him all day because he was being silly and taking full advantage of that offer.
The Mother Road Special.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, you talk about good eating.
Yeah, well, I knew
I'm telling you.
I knew I was going to be there for several hours, and I thought, well, let's get the all-you-can-eat meal, and it'll last several hours. And at one point, I'd given up on everything else except the rounds of meat. So, like, I get a round of Spam, get a round of bacon, get a round of sausage, get a round of
Jaws were
chorizo.
dropping. They were like, he's like, hey, and they're like, yes? Could I get some more bacon? And they're like, sure. But I know they were thinking, I hope that, it's like one of those things at the bar where it's like, I think you've had enough. It's one of those things where like,
We're cutting you off.
That's right.
this is not safe anymore. Anyway, we'll talk all about the event that's happening at Lewis Hills Roadhouse and what Action Associates is and why it's a great cause in just a few moments on Conversation Corner, brought to us by Lewis Hills Roadhouse.
On the coyote.
Attention breakfast lovers. Stop in at Lewis Hills Roadhouse off Airport Road.
Hello, the coyote. Hello, the coyote. Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
In the gift shop, Lewis Hills Roadhouse, just off Airport Road in Weatherford, where you can enjoy all-you-can-eat breakfast Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. That's Lewis Hills Roadhouse.
Sam Elliott here from Moxie Realty, and with a short English lesson. Moxie, a noun, derived from North America. Moxie, energy, pep, courage, determination, know-how. Used in a sentence, when you've got Moxie, you need a house to match. That concludes the English lesson for the day.
Moxie makes it happen. Find us online at moxierealty.com when you're ready to buy or sell your home. When you've got Moxie, you need the house to match.
Hi, I'm James with Western Equipment. Listen up, any high school junior and senior and any parent or grandparent of any high school junior or senior. By your junior and senior year, it's time to start planning for a job. Right now, if you don't know what you want to do, check out the John Deere AgTech program through Western Equipment. It's a 2-year program, and afterwards, we guarantee you a solid job at one of our 21 locations in Texas, Oklahoma, or New Mexico. Now is the time. Visit west-equip.com/careers for more information to apply.
Life's good at Toutfest Home Design Center. That's right, smoking hot deals on LG washers and dryers for Black Friday will make your life good. Come see us for Black Friday deals throughout the store on mattresses, appliances, and furniture. 32-inch LED TVs for $89 while supplies last. 12 months interest-free financing available, and remember, we beat the box store prices every day. And we service what we sell. Black Friday deals, Toutfest Home Design Center, downtown Weatherford.
Are you tired of hauling gas, breathing fumes, and dealing with cold starts? Redline Electrical Supply has the answer. Redline Electrical Supply has a huge selection of DeWalt FlexVolt tools. While working on commercial, residential, or outdoor projects, eliminate the hassle of a cord. Find DeWalt drills, saws, air compressors, chainsaws, lawn trimmers, leaf blowers, and more at Redline Electrical Supply. Redline Electrical Supply is your local electrical store just off Airport Road on Technology Drive in Weatherford.
Your shopping expert Susie here with holiday savings at Save-A-Lot this week. Sweet potatoes are only 69 cents a pound. Or get 10 pounds of russet potatoes for only $2.99. And Smithfield Shank portion ham is only $1.39 a pound.
Convenient shopping, low prices, great service, and they'll even carry out your groceries. All on Washington and Main in the Weatherford Shopping Center.
We're going to save a lot. It's 8:22. It's Conversation Corner, brought to us by Lucille's Roadhouse, Airport Road in Weatherford. And we have Chief Flowers in the studio with us with Action Associates, Tony, and also Haley. And so this, let's see, the Friday coming up here, the first Friday of the month, December the 6th.
That's right.
We're going to be at Lucille's Roadhouse. What are we going to be doing there?
We are going to be there very early.
Okay.
Six.
We
or
really
6:30.
need pots of coffee.
It's so funny.
Pots of
they'll
coffee.
have lots of coffee.
Yes.
People,
that's one
do you notice
thing.
that? People always mention that. They're like, and it's going to be really early.
Yes. When you're not a morning person,
Oh, yeah.
you're just like,
I'm
with
not a
you.
morning person.
Ugh.
I am not a
So
morning person.
we're going to be out there. We will have different staff available, basically to kind of inform who comes out there of what we do, who we are, who we serve, and that kind of stuff. That's what we're going to be doing on our part.
And helping raising money, right, is the thought process behind it.
Yes.
Who are you guys? What do you do? I know you hear Action Associates. I always immediately think I need to get in a car accident. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm calling the law
Yes.
firm and let them know.
We are not a mortgage company.
Okay.
We are not insurance.
Oh.
Shoe company. We are not any of that. We are actually a company that serves victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and stalking. We have a shelter that's in Clinton.
Okay.
Our main office is in Clinton. We have a satellite office in Elk City, and we serve 8 counties
That's
in
a
rural
lot.
western Oklahoma.
With a
1A
staff of 11.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Yes.
So what, you said Western, where's the line that go, like, does it include like Canton and those places, or is it more?
What 8 counties?
Yeah. What,
Roger Mills, Beckham,
Custer.
North Hafficado, Custer,
Greer, Blaine.
Washita.
Roger Mills.
Said them first.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's too early in the morning for
I'm
me.
with you.
So we run, and we're the only shelter that is in between Amarillo and Oklahoma City. We are the only domestic violence shelter between then.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, that's insane just to think about, because I mean, obviously that's a big deal, and it's also one of those things that nobody likes to talk about.
No.
So it's one of those where no one ever wants to admit there's a problem there, or there's a problem in Western Oklahoma, kind of.
And it affects so many people. It's
Yeah.
not just that family. It affects, hospitals, it affects schools, it affects, law enforcement. We all play a part in it.
Right. No, I can only good.
so let's say that there is somebody that feels like they're being abused, and they just want to take the kids, and I mean, they're afraid to call because they're like, I don't want the kids to be taken and taken to DHS or whatever. I don't want to split up the family, but they decide I'm going to break the cycle, and they find out about getting a hold of you, because that's one thing they don't even know. Even though I know you guys advertise, I mean, you work hard to get the word out. But what happens from there? I mean, I feel like they're so afraid of the unknown that a lot of people just avoid it and just deal with it.
Well, the unknown is the scary part. It's also the most dangerous point in that relationship is when they actually leave. However, when they come into our shelter or any shelter, our goal is to get them to a point where when they leave, they're in a better spot than when they came in, more independent. We get them into counseling, hopefully their kids into counseling, get a job, because a lot of them come, they don't have jobs, they've never worked, they don't have those skills.
Right.
So it's getting to that point where they can become independent and not have to depend on their significant other who has told them their whole relationship, I will take care of you, but you're going to follow what I say and what I do and what I want. And, and their kids, learning, having to relearn that bond, because even though they were stay-at-home mothers, they were never allowed to really parent. They were the crazy mom. Don't listen to them. Your mom's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't get onto my kids, and they're told this every day. The kids are told this. So the kids also come with behaviors when they come into our shelter.
And there is 2 sides to every story.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect. So what do you do in that situation? And you run into, he said, she said type deal. And
Our first goal is we always believe the victim. Always.
Okay.
Because that's one of the big problems is, oh, well, she said this before. She's done this before. She might have been reaching out in the wrong way. And so we try to, when they come in, there's steps. There will be a crisis call. They will, we get information from them. We know the story. We know the history. And so there's a process to get in with this. It's not a long one. It's not a hard one. We don't grind them. We don't question them of, everything that's happening, because first of all, they have trust issues. They're not going to tell you their life story just on a phone. Oh yeah, here, let me tell you everything.
Yeah.
So we've always been trained. We believe the victim unless we're proven otherwise.
How do you get your funding?
We're state funded through the Oklahoma Attorney General's office. We are certified through them. We have to be certified every 3 years. We also have a federal grant called the VOCA grant. It's the Victims of Crime Act. The city of Clinton, they do a $20,000 donation every year. We are also with the Clinton United Fund, Elk City United Fund, and then community donations.
Man, it sounds like Weatherford needs to step it up, Flowers.
Well, that's why we're bringing the fundraiser. Thanks to Rick Cook and with ASAP Energy and Lucille's, they contacted me and said something about a fundraiser, and I said, you know what? My mentor, retired Chief Paul Gaines, had sat on this board since 1982.
Wow.
And then retired a couple of years ago. But when I became chief, he said, you need to be on this board. We make a lot of referrals out of Weatherford for Action Associates.
Because it's 8 counties, so this is the area for Weatherford.
Yeah, this is the area, and we use it. And so when Mr. Cook approached me and stuff, and I said, man, this is a great time for Weatherford to step up, do a fundraiser, and to support this, because it is a great cause. We make a ton of referrals from Weatherford, but you don't necessarily have to have a referral from the police department to do this. There's numbers you can call. When it doesn't have, they don't have to have a police report. If somebody is there, there's numbers out there and that you can call. And so, but it's time for Weatherford to step up, in my opinion, and to say we support this, because there's a lot of Weatherford people that use this shelter, and we want to make sure that we're supporting it 110%.
How many people are usually in the shelter? How many can you help?
In 2018, in the shelter we have 16 beds.
We're licensed for 16 beds. That does not mean we turn people away, though. When I first started this job, my first day, I walked into 30 plus people in this house.
Holy moly.
Wow.
You don't want to turn a victim away, because if you say, hey, no, you know what, we're full.
They finally came to you, and then what they thought was going to happen happened.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I have mattresses we can pull out until we can relocate them somewhere else. But I'm never going to tell a victim, no, we're full. Because you got to think of, what if that's that one time, and once she hears that no, she might never call again.
Like, well, I should have not even tried to do this in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and I'm telling you, from a law enforcement standpoint, and this organization is dear to my heart. Now I know why retired Chief Paul Gaines sat on this board for so long. This is really dear to my heart. We deal with domestic violence all the time in Weatherford.
Would you say that's the number one call?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say it would be the number one call.
Yeah.
And when dealing with these people, you got to have what do you do? You see a victim, you got to help them. And so this gives us a chance to help them, because we can give those numbers to them. We say they will help you. We'll help you. We'll give you rides over there if you want, and we have. But there's not enough, and it's only funded for a certain amount. Well, the multi-county youth shelter shut down. And we still have CIC, but the multi-county youth shelter shut down. And so they're even getting more kids into the shelter.
Right.
And so it's time that we've got to stand up, because the federal government's not going to give any more monies to organizations like this. We've got to do fundraisers. We've got to get the word out to say, listen, this affects each and every person in these 8 counties in western Oklahoma. Let's give us support, because this is it's a safe haven. And it's not just females. Majority of them are females, but it's for males too. There are males that have domestic relationships where they are battered. And so it works for them. But they provide, it just amazed me and shocked me when I first got on the board. They do counseling for the court order. If you go through a domestic abuse and you go through the court system, we made an arrest or whatever, the courts will say, hey, you have to go do so many hours of counseling for anger management or, marriage counseling. They provide that. They run so many classes. They don't have enough staff. We don't have enough money to pay more staff. They have a lot of part-time people. They go themselves, these two right here, and counsel and go through the process. It is a great thing for western Oklahoma.
What is the most popular way that people contact you? How do they know who to
Usually,
I mean,
there's a
is
a
it through
safe
the
line.
police or is it through, like, how do they know to even call you?
We have a safe line in Oklahoma that they can call, and they will tell the safe line, I'm in this area. When they tell that safe line I'm in this area, they give them that local shelter that covers that county, so that there's not multiple calls going through of, well, there's one here, there's one over here, there's one over here. They know directly who to call. Most people, though, they call us directly on our crisis hotline. But talking about funding, I just received an email yesterday opening for the VOCA grant. They're talking about in 2020, there might not be enough funding. You know, that funds 4 of my staff.
Oh, wow.
And that is 3 of my full-time staff, 3 major key parts of my staff. And so you're sitting there looking towards the future of what can we do different? What other grants are there? What are we going to do?
We're trying to find more resources. So do you have staff there 24 hours a day?
Our shelter is manned 24/7, 365.
Okay.
What do you? I know what you do, but I'm asking this too. Might want to tell them about, at the shelter, they just come and spend the night at the shelter. What do we do at the shelter? I mean, do you train any of them? Do you know?
What we try to do is when they first come in, of course, we don't hit them with anything. We let them get adjusted because, first of all, you're coming from your own private residence to community living. So you're with a whole bunch of other people. And, we let them get acclimated to that, to the shelter. And then we start, with Tony and I have Stephanie. They're my 2 main advocates. They come over and they do their one-on-ones on top of what my shelter staff already does. They go in, and okay, do you have your ID? Do you have a birth certificate? Let's start here first, because first you're going to have that before you do anything.
Because a lot of them come without anything.
They just leave and come to shelter.
So from there, we also have domestic violence, self-esteem groups that we provide. We do kids groups. SWASU provides a group that comes in and does music therapy.
That's cool.
We've been with them for 3 years now, and it's great. We give them resources to jobs. Once they get a job, our goal is for them to save that money, get into a car, insurance, and then go from there, start saving for their own place. We hope that they can get 2 to 3 months worth of rent, so that if anything happens, your kid comes down sick, you have to miss, you have that backup money.
Yeah.
Now, once they get a job, if they don't have a car yet, we will help with transportation. So we're out at all hours of the night, taking them to, picking them up from work, and getting them back to the shelter.
Wow.
See, they do way more.
It's not
way more than I ever imagined.
Yeah, it's not a 9 to 5
until
job.
I got associated with them, I didn't have a clue. And people, this is something that they're educating they're giving domestic abuse victims a chance to get on their own. My Lands, and in this day and time, this is the greatest organization in the world, and I am 110% on board with supporting it, and that's why we're having it coming out here. Lucille's and ASAP Energy have automatically donated $1,500, and the challenge is
to match that, at least. Yeah.
Everybody will match that, and this money will go to support that, to support the counseling, support the kids that are there, like during Christmas time. It's going to be used in multiple ways that you have. It's just unbelievable.
Well, that's kind of how it started with Lucille's wanting to do something, as they didn't like the idea of kids in a shelter waking up on Christmas and not having Christmas dinner and not having at least one Christmas gift.
And we have been blessed. We have community members that will donate the food for Christmas.
Okay.
Of course, our shelter clients cook it, because that's one thing we run it like a home.
Yeah.
We are a home. They have certain things that they do during the day. They keep their room clean. They cook supper. They take turns, rotating, so we can get that familiarity
Structure.
Of family.
This
back
is what
together.
family is like.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
A
is
normal
how it
family
is.
is like
Yes.
this. Yeah.
And at our shelter, we have a large playroom for kids. Just a playroom. And so, that's donated toys, books, stuff like that. Rotary of Weatherford put in a playground equipment, the good one, in the backyard. Now the wind did blow it down, but that is part of this fundraiser is to get it back on us, because when that high wind happened,
Yes.
So we're going to get that put back up. And get some other things for the kiddos in the backyard, because we have a huge backyard, but not a whole lot
Need to have
do.
it.
Well, and I said it's time for Weatherford to step up. Weatherford already has. The Rotary, Kiwanis, I'm going to challenge them to step up, on some of this stuff. But Southwestern.
That's, you have to ask. I mean,
we want you. We want y'all part of this. I want every Lions Club, I want everybody's support on this, and I want we are support. Weatherford area does, Clinton does, Elk City does. I'm just challenging it. Let's do more. We can do more for our domestic violence people that do need the help and want a chance.
In 2018 we served 315 women alone. That's not counting the
Not
kids.
the kids. Wow.
Man.
So 110 of those were from Custer County.
Oh boy.
80 from Beckham. So we do get a lot from this area.
So what is, before I let you guys go, and of course we're going to talk all about this coming up, that's why you guys are on. We just want to remind folks to mark the calendar, come out for breakfast, donate.
December what?
Lucille's Roadhouse, December the 6th.
6th, okay.
Friday, we're taking the show on the road. But you said there is a crisis hotline, I guess, for anybody in the state.
Yes.
So what's that number?
It's 1-800-722
799
799
safe. Now our shelter number, the hotline that we have for this area is 580-323-2604.
All right, so I have those phone numbers if you weren't able to write those down. And I think that's part of the problem just right there. If you don't know what,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You haven't talked to anybody about it. And you don't know you haven't called the police or anything like that. Haven't gotten them involved or talked about it.
And you don't have
You
to
don't know
call the
what to do.
police.
Yeah.
No.
You don't. You can make the phone
You're
call.
like, please don't call them.
No.
No, I know.
You'd
I
be
know.
surprised. I'm not getting the police involved. And a
I
lot
mean,
of domestics.
If it's serious.
I'm telling you right now, in dealing with domestics for the last 35 years, I'm just telling you, there's a lot of battered women or domestic violence, not just men or women. I'm telling you right now, they won't call.
Yeah.
It's the neighbor that calls and said they're yelling or I see a fight and stuff because they don't want the police involved because they're afraid the kids are going to get taken away. They're afraid. So this is just another opportunity to get help.
And even if you just want to talk, just call and just talk. At least that's a step towards maybe one day finally leaving the situation.
And everything we do is strictly confidential. We don't. A lot of victims are scared of DHS is going to come and just take my kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a safe location. We'll work towards that and do what we have to do, but everything is confidential that's done.
Very good.
All you can eat bacon.
We'll see you on Friday.
That's right.
December the 6th.
That's right. Next Friday.
That's from 6:30 to what, 2?
Yes, 6 to 2.
Oh, that's 2 Fridays from now.
So I'm going to be out there the whole time.
Okay.
I'm going to use vacation day, and I'm going to be out there the whole time in support of this and fundraise and to do
You have
to
to
do
use
greatness.
a vacation day for that? You
Yeah.
use a vacation day for
Yeah,
that?
I'm that dedicated. I will use a vacation day for this because I feel like that I'm supporting 110%.
He's been in law enforcement so long. He's the chief and everything. I mean, he gets like 340 vacation days. Don't worry about it.
I do have a lot.
He's all right.
He's right. I'm all right.
I feel like that's a work thing too, though. But
Well, it is, but I want just like
Wanting
this
to show your
morning. I'm not
dedication.
in uniform. This is the other side of me, and I want them to show that it's all about a great cause. It's sitting on a board that matters to our society.
And
out
he
here.
is the new vice president on our board starting in January.
Mr. VP.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thanks.
Thank y'all for having us.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony and Haley and Chief Flowers, for coming in. Conversation Corner is brought to us by Lucille's Roadhouse. Join us on December the 6th, Friday morning.
On the Coyote.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Your home for